All right, so I'm back out here again. This time I got the 6.5 Creedmoor here. We're gonna shoot that same 130-yard target. This is just a test for the trigger cam. We're gonna see what happens. I do believe though that when I hit that little target, it's gonna knock my stand over. It's pretty cheap. It was a homemade stand I did like 3 years ago, and it sat out in the sun for 3 years, so it's pretty beat up. Nonetheless, if I hit that little plate, it's probably gonna swing over the top, and we'll have to go reset it. We'll just see what happens, but I just want to get some footage of the trigger cam in here, the trigger 2.1, trigger cam 2.1. I just took it off the air rifle and put it on here, so this is what you can expect with this scope. Taking it off one rifle and putting it on another, not having a whole lot of time to perfect it, and just, you know, slapping it on with 2 different collars. And anyways, here you go. This is what you get. So I just shot a few times. I go to look at my camera and it's off, so I hope I got something in there, some kind of footage. I know my battery was getting low, but in case you didn't see it, we had all impacts down there, just a 3-inch target at 130. Pretty easy shooting, especially from prone, but the target stand did break like I was afraid of. If I got any trigger cam footage, let's hope it turned out good. I'll plug it in here and let me know what you guys think. I haven't messed around with the trigger cam too much. I don't have time. I barely have time to ever get out and shoot at all. So this is what you would get if, you know, you had a scope cam and you don't have time to like mess with everything and, you know, make everything perfect. And, you know, if you didn't know about the 2.1 trigger cam, you have to focus the scope to the reticle in order to get a nice crisp reticle on the screen. So which means you're gonna have to take this and the collar off. It comes with a collar. You're gonna have a scope specific collar for every scope, and you're gonna have a scope specific focus for every scope. So every time you take this off a rifle and put it on another one, you have to adjust the collar, and you have to adjust, there's little levers in here. You have to match the image up to the reticle, make sure the reticle is clear through your phone. You use your phone connected to Wi-Fi. And there's a delay in that too, which is pretty annoying because I think I'd get it good, and then I'd go to stop, and then it's like delayed by like 10 seconds, and then it goes fuzzy again, so then I got to figure out where I was and try to fix it, and it gets pretty hectic. So far I like it for the air gun. Once I get it set on a rifle, it's, you know, set up to a scope, it works really good. You just set it on there and go. I made little lines on here on my other scope, so every time I take it off and put it back on, just line those lines up, and I know it's square with the reticle. But like I said, switching it to this scope, I focused it to this reticle on this scope, so now when I go to put it back on my air rifle, I'm gonna have to hook it up to the phone, deal with the lag and the Bluetooth again. You know, it'd take, for me anyways, I'm not very proficient with the trigger cam 2.1 yet, but for me anyways, it's gonna take 10-15 minutes every time I want to put it on a rifle to get it squared away and ready to shoot before I do anything as far as recording footage goes. But if I leave it on one rifle, it takes like 3 minutes to get it on, hooked up, recording, you know, so it all depends what you're doing. But if you're doing one rifle, one scope with the trigger cam, it's pretty sweet, man. But let's see what we got. All right, so change of plans. I'm sitting here on the back porch. We're gonna take this out 230 yards out there, a little more distance. And besides that, I did shoot that earlier. My target stand broke and my camera wasn't recording. So I don't do this very often with these cameras, man. I'm still trying to learn this, but I had to charge it and everything. So we should be good to go. We're gonna get some camera action. 230 yards, 3-inch steel target. Let's do it, baby. All right, so I'll be shooting from here. Target's out there, 230 yards away, 3-inch target. We're shooting 6.5 Creedmoor, 143 grain, ELDX, the 100 precision. Let's see how these hold up. All right, so I'm gonna go up 0.7. That should be good. Let's take our shot, see where we get. 0.7, no wind, 230 yards. Gotta press record. All right, I think we're recording now. We'll find out again when I'm done. Here we go. 3, 2, impact. So I can tell this gun is recoiling up a bit, so I'm gonna see if I can get a couple shots of this thing being held by my left hand so we can get some good footage. I do have a brake on here, but it doesn't stop the recoil. You can see my heartbeat in the scope. I gotta hold my hand back here because I don't have a sandbag. Alright, here we go. It's gonna kick up, but I gotta hold my hand as a sandbag because I don't have one. Impact again. That's a 3-inch target at 230 yards, so not quite MOA. But it's still a fairly small target for that distance. Let's do one more. And another one, since I wasted a shot trying to hold the tripod. So this muzzle flip you see is what you get with my setup. Empty. So I believe it recorded that time. We'll check that footage. On there is I'm shooting this, and as I'm shooting it, I'm noticing my muzzle's rising quite a bit. Even though I got this muzzle brake on here and my tripod and everything, it's a 20-inch barrel. You know what I mean? 6.5 Creedmoor. It's not a heavy stock. It's not a heavy chassis or anything, so it's pretty light. So my second shot, I tried to put my hand up here and hold it down, and it's just, I wasn't comfortable. It was bad shooting fundamentals, but I was trying to see what it would do for the image in the video, and I missed my second shot. So I went back to my normal hand position, which is I put my hand under here and squeeze it like a sandbag to raise it up or down, and that's, you know, it's basically just bench shooting, but you know, you can use your body parts to manipulate weapons, and that's what I usually do when I'm sitting down or prone. And you know, so I had to just let this go, so hopefully the muzzle rise isn't too much and we can see it on camera. But that thing was flipping all over the place. It's pretty cool. Little 3-inch target at 230 yards. I was holding 0.7 mils from 100 yard zero at 230 with the 143 grains. So I didn't true this or anything yet. I just kind of guessed, and it seems pretty good. So hitting a 3-inch target. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.